have been watching my podcast recently, you will see I keep talking about Rocky. The Rocky films are some of my favourite films of all time. Like I said before in another podcast, I think it was when I was talking about the MCU franchise, right? When I was doing the MCU franchise reviews. The Rocky series is my second favourite film franchise ever. Now, not all the films are great. I'm not saying it's the second best film franchise of all time. That's not what I'm saying. But it's my second favourite. I love the Rocky films. I love the Rocky character. I love the Creed films. However, we all know there is a Creed 3 coming, right? Creed 3 is coming. It's being directed by Michael B. Jordan, who obviously stars as Creed. So it follows in the Rocky tradition, right, of the main actor kind of directing the film. What we've Stallone directing, like, 4 Rocky films in the series. So I'm excited to see what Michael B. Jordan can do as a director. Do I think he'll be able to be a good director? Like, there's nothing to say he can't, but also there's nothing to say that he can. So that's up at the moment in the air. But I do like Michael B. Jordan as an actor, and I like him in the role of Adonis Creed. However, Stallone has basically come out and confirmed that he will not be in Creed 3. Now, this is something we kind of already knew, really. Like, because if you watch Creed 2, the ending of Creed 2 wraps up the story of Rocky perfectly. It wraps up his individual story perfectly, in my opinion. You know, we kind of get the wrap-up of him with Creed, you know, at the end of the film, in the ring where Creed's invited him in and Rocky refuses. He stands at the side and he's like, "It's your time, kid," you know. He has that with him, and that's a very good moment for that character. It gives him that closure, like, I'm done now, it's my time's done, it's your turn, right? It's your opportunity, it's your time now. You know, and then we get the ending with the closure with seeing, you know, Robert again and his grandson and kind of reconnecting with them. It closed the series, the Rocky character really well. But there's still stories to tell with the character of Adonis Creed. There's definitely still stories to tell there, 100%. But I think the Rocky character is done. Obviously, there was this talk of there being like another Rocky film with Rocky kind of training an illegal immigrant who's like coming to the US and he wants to be a boxer and stuff, and Rocky's going to train him. I don't like that idea, to be honest. I kind of want the Rocky character to be done now. I think his story has gone through so many different avenues, and I think everything that could be done with this character has been done now. Personally, I don't want to see this character back again, even though I love the character of Rocky. I love the character of Rocky, and I love Stallone playing the character. I just don't want to see this character again on screen. However, a lot of people did still think that Stallone would come back for Creed 3, because obviously there hasn't never been a Rocky universe film, right, that hasn't had Rocky in it. Right, so we had the first 5 original films. We had the Rocky Balboa film that came out like 16 years after Rocky 5. He was in that. He was in the first 2 Creed films. So he's been in every single film. This whole series is based around the character of Rocky. So a lot of people thinking, well, if there's a Creed 3, you've got to have Stallone there. You have to have the character of Rocky because this whole series is about the character of Rocky. It won't work otherwise. I don't agree with that personally, but a lot of people had that thought process. But Stallone has come out now. I think a fan asked him on Instagram whether he would be coming back for Creed 3. Stallone said, in no certain words, he's not coming back for Creed 3. They're making it, it's going to happen, but he won't be involved. So, obviously, a lot of people are looking at this thinking, well, he could show up, maybe he'll be a cameo, like, he probably will show up in some way. I don't think he will. I really don't think he will. I think he's done as this character now. Especially on the big screen. I don't think we're going to see the character of Rocky again on the big screen. Obviously, there's the whole thing with the Rocky prequel series that I talked about before. I've kind of given my thoughts on that. I don't think that will work. Personally, I'm not looking forward to that at all. Like, I'm not really looking forward to a Rocky prequel series. That doesn't really interest me, to be honest. But it might interest others, right? It might interest others. Like, a Rocky prequel series, but a prequel for another character, like an Apollo or a Clubber Lang or an Ivan Drago. Like, you go into their backstories and their history. That could be really interesting. I'd like that, but I just don't like the idea of going back and revisiting the character of Rocky. I think the character's done all it's there. It's done now. Like, the character's done. Plus, I don't want to see anyone else play the character of Rocky. Like, the character is Stallone. It's so Stallone. It is like Stallone. Like, I watched the first Creed again today, and it's so good. Like, he's perfect in this role. And I just don't want to see anyone else play that character. So, whether or not that will happen, I don't know. But definitely, it seems though, if Stallone is true to his word, that we will not see Sylvester Stallone back for Creed 3. So, guys, let me know. What's your opinion on this? Do you think Stallone will come back, or do you not think he will come back? Do you think if he does come back, is it going to be a pivotal role in the story? Do you think it's going to be nothing more than like a glorified cameo? Do you think he will be referenced in the film? I personally think he definitely will be referenced in Creed 3, but will he actually be there physically? I don't think so. But let me know your thoughts on that, guys. Do you think he will? Do you not think he will? Let me know. Right.